Today I want to talk about what do you do when you are overwhelmed. And I'm talking deep, deep overwhelm. You don't know what to do. You feel like the whole world's crashing down on you. You're not sure how you're going to handle it. You're not sure how you're going to get out of this overwhelm. It almost feels like you've just been crushed by 3,000 pounds of water coming down on you. You're not sure if you're going to be able to come up for air. What I do in those periods of deep overwhelm is, first, I make sure not to get there, not to ever get to that level of overwhelm, by sticking to my daily list, by having my clear mission in mind and going after those goals and being very conscious of my time. Okay, but in any situation, it's possible to get into deep overwhelm like that. And what I like to do is I like to go off on my own with a yellow pad and paper, and I like to go to a quiet area. For example, near where I live, there's this giant park, beautiful park with a lot of greenery, a lot of trees, a lot of grass, gigantic nature park. There's all kinds of squirrels, rabbits, and wildlife running around. And I like to go there and just sit on the grass next to a tree and just write down my notes. Write down, for example, things like, what's my mission? What am I here for? What am I here on earth for? Deep questions. How do I fulfill that mission? What's the best way for me to achieve that? What are some of my assets and liabilities? In other words, what are the things I'm great at that I can use to achieve this mission? And what are the things I'm not so great at that I can be careful not to include in this process of meeting this mission? Take a mental inventory of who you are, what your mission is, where you're going. And ideally, your online business is tied to your mission. Ideally, that's what you want to have. If for some reason it's not tied to your mission, then start a little lower level, such as, what's the goal of my business? And how do I reach that goal? And what are my positive attributes that can help me reach that goal? What are my negatives that cannot help me reach that goal? And how do I either outsource the negatives to somebody who's good at that, or how do I build a business that doesn't have those negatives? Okay, so think methodically about your business and or your mission and how you're going to achieve that. And then I typically will do some action steps. Like, once I've started at the high level of mission or goal, then I started writing out my objectives, and I started writing out the pluses and minuses of my personality and how I can bring these things to bear. Then you want to walk away with some action steps. So you want to write down, what are the action steps I can take? Now, when I do this, just put them all down. Don't put them down in any particular order. And then, once you've put them all down, then start numbering them. You're going to find that you come off the mountain this wilderness place is kind of on a high hill. Okay, you're going to find that you come off that high hill or from that wilderness place or from that quiet place. Sometimes it's good to just go to a library and do this because it's quiet. Energized, because what's going to happen is that fog of overwhelm will be swept away by the clarity of mission, by the clarity of where you're going, what you're doing, and by the clarity of having a clearly defined list in priority order of what you got to do when you get back. So that's how you defeat overwhelm. Hope you've been enjoying this, and if you have, be sure to like, comment, and especially share this video with someone who might be able to benefit from it. I'll talk to you tomorrow on The Daily Hustle. If you want to work from home, there's no better way to get started, in my opinion, than the Online Business Academy membership site, which contains 37 of the best courses that teach you how to start your own home-based business. There are 5 separate tracks with 5 of the best ways to earn money from home, and each one of those tracks, you follow different courses in order so that you can start on your way to home-based business success. You can find the link to the Online Business Academy membership site in the video description below this video on YouTube, or just visit daveespino.com/OBA, that stands for Online Business Academy membership.